Ja, so wieder bei Tales of Zestiria. Beim letzten Mal sind wir hier in Pendrago angekommen und haben mit Sergei geredet und schon gemerkt, hier ist nicht gerade was Schönes am Laufen. Ich habe nochmal unsere Ausrüstung ein kleines bisschen optimiert. Ich glaube, der Flammschild, das Amphibolschwert hier sind neu. Ich glaube, sie hat nichts Neues. Ich gehe einfach mal durch, dann seht ihr, was aktuell so drin ist. Teilweise haben einige echt eine ganze Menge Effekte, wenn ich da oben rechts mal hinschaue. Und teilweise haben die einfach mal nichts. Ich kann hier mal so durchschauen. Sie hat hier sogar 2 mal +3. Nicht schlecht. Die hat hier fast sogar einen 5er. Und auch einmal hier 3. Joa. Na dann. Gehen wir ins Gasthaus, ruhen uns ein Weilchen aus und schauen mal, was Sergei dann von uns möchte.
Phew, now that was a meal.
Hey, learn some manners.
You sure can eat.
So can these two.
It was surprisingly good. I couldn't help myself.
Drago stew, 85 points.
My policy is eat while you can. It's been ingrained in me since I was a kid. That's the law of a soldier.
A soldier, huh?
Soldier? Aren't you and your buddies in an assassin's guild?
Well, you know, it wasn't always like this. We used to be just a band of mercenaries. Not to brag, but they called us the best on the continent.
Is that right?
That's it for me. We've got a job to do tomorrow.
Is Rose's band of mercenaries the one you mentioned before?
The Wind Riders, I believe.
I think I've heard of them. The tale said just 100 of them could scatter a force of 20,000 men and capture 3 castles in one night.
Yeah, they were a legendary band of mercenaries. It's no wonder Rollins itself was their primary employer.
They sound crazy strong.
Strong and loyal. To the point that even the Emperor of Rollins trusted them like his right-hand man. Isn't that right?
It's true. Was true. But then, the Imperial family of Rollins ended up stabbing them in the back, along with the very one I'm seeking vengeance against.
The Imperial family joined forces with Hellions?
Is it that surprising?
I guess not. People and Hellions aren't separate entities after all.
Very true. You can even consider them 2 sides of the same coin.
In fact, if the Cardinal's power is somehow linked to a Hellion, things start to make sense.
It looks like Rose snuck out through the back. Can't take my eyes off her for a second.
Hey, Dazzle!
Geht das wohl für die ganzen anderen Leute drin aussehen müsste, wenn da einfach mal die Teller sich von alleine leeren?
Who? And was she asked to do it by herself?
Either way, this is bad.
Sieht wahrscheinlich auch ziemlich interessant aus, wenn der Teller sich nach und nach leert. Einfach so. Und dann laufen mal Rose hinterher. Der hat anscheinend sofort gespürt, dass sie weg war.
What's wrong? Why are you all here?
That's what we want to know. Where were you going?
Oh, just taking a walk. Thought maybe I ate too much.
You don't have to follow every whim that pops into your head, damn it.
We thought you might have ditched us to go assassinate someone.
Not yet, silly. That comes later. It's from someone who lost their son in the war that just broke out. Kill the one who started the battle. The invasion was proposed to the Emperor about a year ago, in documents bearing the name of Pope Messedra.
Huh? You're gonna kill the Pope?
Hold on. How do you know someone didn't just use his name? I thought he went missing after all.
Maybe. But then again, maybe not. It's awfully close to the time you went missing. We'll have to investigate further.
And what if we find out that he's bad?
If it's evil, The scattered bones slay it.
Even if it's the Pope?
The Pope, the Emperor, even the Shepherd. Oh, was that inappropriate?
I'm not a fan of that last part, it's true.
It isn't like we walk around all stabby. We make sure what kind of person our target is first.
I think I understand you better, Rose.
Do you now? Well, that's good.
I'm starting to understand too. Why she bears no malevolence, that is.
Because she's as nuts as he is? Rose would certainly never tell a lie, that's for sure.
She was always that way. It's in her blood.
Ja, da hat man nochmal gezeigt, dass
Was the
Rose
Pope
nicht
the type
einfach
of
so
person
eine...
who would just up and start a war?
That's certainly not the impression of him we got from Sergei.
He's the de facto leader of a powerful country. He's probably got more layers than you'd think.
Ja, dass Rose nicht einfach so eine etwas, ja, blutrünstige Mörderin ist, sondern schon so ein kleines bisschen, auch ein bisschen nachdenkt und eigentlich ja jetzt nicht so was Böses tut. Ja, wobei, so kann man das nicht sagen. Sie tötet ja mal einen Menschen, aber das ist ähnlich wie bei Yuri aus Tales of Vesperia. Der hat zwar auch einige getötet, aber im Endeffekt hat es den Leuten geholfen. Weil er die Richtigen tötet? Kann man das so sagen? Ich weiß nicht. Es ist ein schweres Thema. Na dann, gehen wir mal zur Schreinkirche und gucken uns hier mal um.
Well, that was easier than we thought.
This looks like an auditorium of sorts for the believers.
Sure looks like a small crowd.
Fertig? Okay, dann gemein.
Can you tell me the names of the Seraphim who hold the utmost power, known as the Five Lords?
Museth! Oh, and Eumacia!
Hyanawa and Almanac!
Correct. Now, can you tell me the name of the last one? The Seraph who's worshipped here at the Shrine Church?
Mountellis!
That's right. Mountellis is the Seraph who has given the entire Glenwood continent his blessing.
The Seraph worshipped at the Shrine Church is Mountellis?
The Five Lords, huh? Big movers and shakers.
I bet Mountellis would know something about how to stand against the Lord of Calamity. He's got to.
Is he really all that?
Well, he's the leader of the Five Lords after all.
You must be Soray. Welcome to the Roland's Church headquarters. I heard you were to visit. Please, come on in.
Das war einfacher als erwartet.
It's more magnificent than I'd even imagined.
The architecture definitely dates it to the height of the era of Asgard.
Glad to see you're impressed, but don't let your guard down.
War hier nicht irgendwo sogar noch ein Speicherpunkt? Ja. Ich glaube, ich kann sogar erst zum Speicherpunkt... Nein, ich kann nicht zum Speicherpunkt. Dann halt nicht.
This inscription concerns the trial of the shepherd, and the spiritual powers he obtains upon clearing it.
Could the spiritual powers...
Be real?
Buzz, 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 buzz. Be real, real bees. Oh, bees everywhere.
Just
possibly.
It's like the lettering's meant to tell us something.
But it's all gibberish. It must be some kind of code.
Well, it does involve sensitive info. Maybe there's a hint to crack the code somewhere.
Hey, what does the big rock thing say?
I'm afraid I'm not really sure. The inscription is written in some sort of cipher, and the key to interpreting it is handed down only from Pope to Pope.
So, I guess we'll have to get the Pope to read it then, huh? Surrey! Something's wrong. Let's get out of here.
I don't feel so good. What is going on?
It's a Hellions domain, just like when we fought Heldalf. They're alive, but...
It's like they've been turned to stone.
Ich glaube, da will jemand nicht, dass wir hier gehen.
Going home already, Shepherd?
Huh?
I am Cardinal Forton of the Church of Rowlands.
This domain, is it yours?
Ah, so you can still move. Why don't you lend me your powers? For the sake of the people, of course.
They asked me the same thing in Highland.
I hardly think myself the equal of a Philistine like Bartlow.
Sounds like something a Philistine would say.
Charming, but sticks and stones and so on, young lady.
Ooh, she's good.
I have but one wish. To see my empire overcome this tumultuous era of chaos. A task only possible if the people are united. But Rowlands is far too expansive to unify the people through mere patriotism alone. Shepherd, do you know exactly what it is that the state has used for eons to keep an entire country in line?
Is it... faith?
Yes, faith. It is the belief in their own salvation that inspires in people the greatest sense of unity, when they band together against outsiders who share different values. Meaning that my church itself should serve as the cornerstone for all of Rowlands.
Maybe in your mind.
It is but the vision of one who would guide the people. With the name and power of the Shepherd, more people than ever can be brought to salvation.
Then you should cooperate with the Knights. Wouldn't that really be what's best for everyone?
I would welcome their efforts if they would simply bend to my will and do as I command. Even if they are a pack of loutish meatheads who can't figure out that their Pope abandoned them.
Wait a minute, the Pope just ran away? You didn't have him locked up?
I am not a street thug, child. The Pope, Macedra, I should say, left of his own accord. Abandoning his duty to both the Empire and his followers. What, pray tell, would you call such a man?
Pretty irresponsible, if what you're saying is true.
Irresponsible is one word, and still there are so many fools out there who trust in such a coward. The Knights, for example. In order to bring the people together, we must find Macedra and give him his due punishment.
Punishment?
Yes, the same punishment that befell those uncivil enough to mistrust me.
Then we have a problem. We need the Pope to tell us the meaning of the inscription.
Why? Cooperate with me and it won't be necessary.
I need to know. No matter what.
Ah, I see. That's very unfortunate. So then you mean to say...
What the...
My body!
that you reject my vision!
Surrey!
Let's go! We're leaving.
What? They broke through my domain and connected with the Seraphim, if only just for a moment. Oh, will I relish this.
Ja, doch, die Dame ist schon so ein kleines bisschen verrückt. So, Spektralmantel. Drücke nach links, um den Spektralmantel zu wirken und unsichtbar zu sein. Du kannst an Hindernissen vorbeischleichen, die durch Sehkraft Bewegungen erspüren und unerkannt an Feinden vorbeihuschen, die dich mit ihrer Sehkraft finden. Wenn du wasserempfindliche Feinde triffst, kannst du einen Kampfvorteil erschaffen.
We disappeared? What the hell was that?
It's called the Spectral Cloak.
You've been practicing in secret, haven't you? That was sweet.
We'll talk later. We've got to flee to the Knight's Tower.
Jo, wir können jetzt nämlich, zack, so einen kleinen Wassermantel machen, durch den wir etwas langsamer sind, aber der hält uns quasi so ein bisschen verborgen. Den können wir auch jederzeit abbrechen, indem wir einfach eine andere Fähigkeit machen. Jo, haben wir gerade frischer zugehört. Man sieht, die Dame will eigentlich ja nicht so wirklich was Schlimmes. Will ja nur, dass ihre Leute in Sicherheit sind. Aber eine Diktatorin zu sein, ist jetzt auch nicht unbedingt der beste Weg, um seine Leute in Sicherheit zu führen. Aber gut. Schauen wir mal, was Sergei dazu noch zu sagen hat.
Got a dash. You go on ahead.
Okay.
So, Sergei, sag uns, was du denkst.
The Pope fled of his own volition?
I'm sorry I couldn't get more details. We were sort of running for our lives.
No, that is more than enough. I'm just relieved that you weren't captured.
Thanks for saving us back there.
It's the least I could do.
Seraph Mikleo, my humble admiration for your bravery.
It's nothing, really.
It is nothing. All you did was blind her temporarily.
We have to do something about her domain.
Those powers might help. Let's get the Pope to decipher that inscription.
That'll be tough if we don't know where he is. The Knights have been hunting him for a year now with no success.
Yeah, but they were assuming the whole time that the Cardinal was behind the disappearance. Guess what? I think I know where Popadope might be.
You do?
The village of Gadadin on the southern part of the continent. We won't know for sure until we check it out, of course.
How did you get that information?
Well, let's just call it an industry secret. You know how it is.
Of course. I should have expected no less from the wife of the shepherd. Let us send a search team to Gadadin.
Hold on a minute. The Cardinal already expects that our side will be searching for the Pope.
A highly visible squadron of knights would essentially be a bright pink arrow pointed straight at him.
Great Pink Arrow wurde übersetzt mit ein großer roter Pfeil. Ja.
However,
we can operate covertly in small numbers. Let us handle Gadadin.
But that's far too much to ask.
Chill, Captain, we got this. What is it they say? Pope springs eternal?
Abandon Pope! All ye who, don't go to Gadadin.
Okay, settle down.
My thanks, gentle shepherd.
Actually, as for what you can do in return, do you suppose we could get a pass to Roland's? I might be mistaken for an ally of the Highland Army otherwise.
I have seen for myself the quality of your character. I shall prepare it immediately.
Thank you. That's a load off my mind.
There is something I would like to impart to you as well. Would you please step outside for a moment?
Ja, das heißt, wir dürfen jetzt auf Papstjagd gehen. Der im Süden. Das kann man, glaube ich, gerade noch nicht so ganz sehen. Aber ich glaube, so ungefähr in der Richtung, wo das Kreuz da unten ist. Da ungefähr. Ich glaube, irgendwo da ist Gadadin. Und da müssen wir dann hin und ihn suchen. Das ist auch ein Kreuz. Da links ist noch ein Kreuz. Ich habe echt keine Ahnung, was diese Kreuze bedeuten sollen. Immer noch nicht. Nee. 5 Kreuze haben wir auf der Karte. Irgendwas werden die ja wohl bedeuten. Aber ich würde sagen, mit Sergei werden wir dann im nächsten Part erst reden. Mal schauen, was er noch von uns möchte. Das war's von diesem Part. Danke fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.